season. He lost the US Open, but since then it's been pretty much perfect for ElShorbagy. And I think with this, the work that he's doing with Davey Palmer, he's got his house in order. He looks hungry again, and he looks like he's enjoying his squash. So he's going to take some confidence into tonight's match. It'll be a nervy start, I think, but once he settles down, he may just have a little bit too much for Rami.
Well, he's not going to hang around testing the movement of Rami Ashour. Already trying to put in 2 posts.
He's obviously trying to test that the hamstring issue that we've spoken about. But that does run the risk if the quality isn't high enough and Rami's moving okay. Playing to the hands of the short.
Well, it's both central and both flanks from Shorbagy. That is typical Ashour across the middle. It's been an age since I've commentated on him. I can't wait for this, PJ.
That's a no doubt. Oh my goodness gracious me.
One love, left box please.
Wow, I want to see this again. I thought initially Shorbagy went completely the wrong way.
Yes, lad. One love, left box. Pardon?
Review, please.
Player review Ashour on the yes, lad decision.
Well, this is an early review.
You can get these wrong sometimes. Well, for me, if I was going to review any of those decisions, I would have gone for the one previously.
Yes,
and that was a much more straightforward let ball.
No reviews remaining. One love.
I think Roy Gingerell may be a little bit nervy.
This is terrific squash from Ashour already. There's that reaction. I mean, I love it. It gets me very excited.
2 love.
It's always a big void when Rami Ashour's not playing. I mean, you must be excited because your glasses have steamed up. Well, that's not one of his best lobs.
And out. 1-2.
Stopped there, ElShorbagy. Felt that the backhand kill was good enough. Oh, they're at it again, these two. It's always an absolute ding-dong, isn't it?
2-all.
Absolutely nothing in it. That's outrageous reflexes. acknowledged by ElShorbagy. Ball came back across the body of Ashour.
3-2.
Tongue-tied with excitement here already.
You are. It's a terrific finish.
4-2.
Well, that needed to be hit harder from ElShorbagy. Wallop that forehand.
That is very slick movement from Ashour, moving around quite freely here at the moment, and ElShorbagy's not afraid to continue that barrage into the front two corners with the boast. Which is already becoming worthy of a final. Who seems to bring the best out of each other, these two. Quite easily, aptly name this El Clasico.
Down. And out. 3-4.
Well, it's absolutely packed to the rafters here, and rightly so, because these fans have waited a long time.
I'm sure the figures, the figures on SQUASHTV and Eurosport are very, very high.
Trademark. Brilliant. Didn't panic there.
4-all.
It's a shot he's made his own, really.
Stroke Ashour. And out.
very, very tired.
5-4.
Very impressive first game, obviously, but I've been intrigued by the way Ashour is his movement and just his focus. He's very focused.
Well, sometimes the first games from
Not up.
Ashour
Thank you.
can be
Well, his
quite,
first games,
And out
he used to
5-all.
majority of the time lose them.
lose them, yeah, or go heavily down.
He
9-3,
can't afford that
10-3.
with what's happening with his body. Dive.
Court service, please. Thank you. 6-5.
It's interesting, ElShorbagy really very happy to try and attack those front corners more than usual against Ashour.
Also, Joey, when we think back to the match earlier this afternoon with Paul Cole and Daryl Selby, when those guys were going into the front of the court, just watch the difference in pace of the hitting that we're seeing as they're going in short between these two.
Yes, lad. No, safety. Yes, safety. That's why you stopped. We'll have a lad. Safety. Why? Safety. 6-5. Left box, please.
He wants to play this, Rami Ashour. Would have been a harsh stroke, but Good straight work from Mohamed ElShorbagy here. Has to be careful when he goes cross court and allows Ashour any sort of angle.
This is a terrific rally. Oh, he's got good width.
Yes, lad.
It's going to be a feature because
Yes, lad. 6-5. Left box.
Ashour is so good across that tee line. ElShorbagy has to hit wide, and there's going to be those, as we've had it twice, where he's going to turn and look to play because he can't volley. But the stall is being set out early doors by Roy Gingell. He's going to class it as safety and give a let ball.
So many little subtleties taking place here with both players. There's an element of hold in the swing, just trying to stop the movement of the opponent for that fraction of a second. Just makes it a little bit more difficult to read.
Yes, lad.
Well, ElShorbagy wanting a stroke.
6-5.
Not a million miles away from a stroke here, Joey. It's quite high from Ashour.
Yeah, that's
Doesn't
true.
really move off the ball.
Well, physically, that's going to certainly get into Ramy Ashour this first phase of the first game. It is tremendously hard. There's been no easing into this one.
Far from it. There's the holding swing from Ashour. Just rocks that slight momentum shift of ElShorbagy. He's reading it well.
Yeah,
He's not
but look at that.
anticipating. He's not guessing. But that is
I wanted to
glue.
make the point. I mean, it's very clever from our director
now
just changing up the
6-all.
angles, because everyone talks about the finish. They always see the last shot played, and when Ramy Ashour attacks the front, it's that bit different to a lot of the other players. But for me, in this first phase of the match, it's the length of Ashour. Particularly on the forehand, he's getting a lot of racket face across the ball, and it's dying into the back, PJ. He's got racket face across that. I don't know any player that's as good as him across the middle.
7-6.
no, absolutely.
Just knows. He just knows. I don't know whether it's he sees a body position that bit quicker than other players, but he just knows what his opponent's going to do, whether it's going to go straight or cross court to length.
Look at this. I mean, this really is by far the best squash we've seen this week.
Very, very lucky to be watching this.
Down.
Well, that wasn't far away. ElShorbagy was trapped behind Ashour.
And out. 7-all.
The right shot to play. Just a bit too low. Locked in at 7-all.
This is savage. Oh my
Oh.
goodness gracious me. Well, what can you do?
Ah,
How's it do it?
I don't know. No backswing.
And
That's
out.
the wrong footer, and then the
7.
cross-court swat nick.
But again, it's the variations, isn't it? The first one was the slightly heavier hit ball, second bounce towards the nick. ElShorbagy manages to get that one back, and then the cross-court angle straight into the nick. Just keep ElShorbagy forever guessing there. the slight hold again.
Well, Shorbagy did very well.
Oh, did brilliantly. He slipped as well going into that front right corner.
Yes, lad.
Wanted the rest, Shorbagy, look. It was a good width.
8-7.
Which side?
8-7 right box. Right box 8-7, yeah.
Well, the comment from Shorbagy just saying that this is the last 16 of a World Championship, would you believe it? It's because of the drop in ranking for Ashour.
Yes, lad. 8-7. Good. I saw the ball good in the front wall. Right box. Yes, lad. 8-7.
Not only is it the pace that these two guys are playing at, but it's the quality in which they're hitting. I mean, the
brilliant.
finish there.
It's a brilliant finish. Great dive, tremendous athleticism. Here's the dive, great get, and then look at that finish. That is trademark Shorbagy. Forehand, it's like a slingshot. Softens the hands at the last moment, and it dies in the front. Well, Ashour, as PJ said, the best quality squash we've seen so far in this event in the men's.
Well, for anybody that is
And
fortunate enough to be
8-all.
watching this, I would really absorb as much as you possibly can, because I don't know how often we're going to see squash of this quality between these two chaps.
Score.
8-all.
Guys, can someone keep some space? Thank you.
Well, we're hanging from the rafters here.
8-all. Yes, lad. 8-all. He stopped.
Is there a solution for this? Can I do anything?
No. You're doing the right thing. Because I know you can hit the ball and it's too dangerous. So you're doing the right thing. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. You were hitting good shots, nice and wide. 8-all.
That's good. I mean, that's good explanation from Roy Gingell. He knows because he's played at a very high level in my stake in Division 12.
Yes, lad. 8-all. Player review, ElShorbagy on the yes, lad decision.
And there was a very famous racket player called Gerwin that was very gifted with a racket down in Maesteg.
Not Merlin from King Arthur.
Wants to take this early again, Ramy Ashour. Watch this. He's on his way through. He's on his way through to the ball there. It's quite a simple let ball.
Yes, lad.
It's Gerwin Jones, wasn't it?
Gerwin
Gerwin Jones, a bit of a magician with the racket.
Evans. Gerwin Evans. Or was it Gerwin Davis?
Yes, lad. Don't take a space. 8-all.
You've got the two shots from Shorbagy in that front right corner when he's under pressure. Either go straight with the drive or the extra wide cross court. Beyond that reach, knows how dangerous the
Yes, lad, 8-all.
the backhand volley is from Ashour.
I'm okay. 8-all.
I have to say that the player management from the central referee Roy Gingell has been absolutely spot on so far.
Top dollar.
Down.
That's the first slightly
And down.
unforced error, I'd say,
9-8.
from ElShorbagy in this first game. To feel that edginess, Joe, is forced by the amount of options that Shorbagy's got in that corner. He knows that Shorbagy is so dangerous on that left-hand side. It just creeps into that subconscious a little bit. Tight, very tight.
Oh, that's a great shot.
And out 9-all.
This is point for point stuff. I mean, it's like a kind of Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier battle here in Manchester. They never fought in Manchester, it's more Manila, but heavyweight boxers of the greatest era. These guys are awesome. It's been such a long time that they've played when Ramy Ashour has actually been healthy. Slightly dodgy pickup.
Out.
That was out of court.
And out 10-9, game ball.
So game ball for Ashour.
That's quality from ElShorbagy.
Yeah, it was a poor boast though.
Was a poor boast, yep.
It's one of the worst shots he's played actually.
Just went a bit casual, didn't he?
Yeah, bizarre from Ashour. It was a very odd boast. Look at this. It's quite strange. It's like he just got caught in 2 or 3 minds of what shot to play, and it got what it deserved. That's odd from Ashour. On game ball to play such an open ball in that way and so loosely, but we're locked in at 10.
Could you possibly say
And out 10-all.
that that's a little bit of rustiness from Ashour in this situation?
Well, he's got to be rusty.
Yeah.
I mean, he's played the China Open, which he won, and then
September,
that was
wasn't
back in late August, September, and then Hong Kong. Well, that's a bit naughty. Oh, he's going to review this. I mean, it's loose, but it's shaped up nicely for him. Look at how. What would you give anyway, PJ, if you were in the hot
I think it's probably a stroke. He wants to play this as a poor shot. Is Shorbagy ready? Is the question.
Yeah, that's a terrible shot.
2 poor shots really from Ashour at this late stage.
Good width. He's great width, and it's probably going to stay, I think. And it does. So Ramy Ashour, for his level, has let himself down the last 2 points. Real gifts for Shorbagy, and it's now game ball for the current world number 2.
Really is absolutely scintillating stuff. So much variation. So we go from the fast and furious to this very gentle, accurate and subtle hitting.
Yes, lad.
Well, rightly
Yeah,
so. The
ten,
crowd
good
really
ball.
should be a little bit more appreciative.
Well,
Well, they're stunned, possibly.
Yeah, well, you like to think so. Otherwise, it's a bit weird.
Or tired. I think Shibagi will just do his utmost to retrieve absolutely everything that Ashour throws at him.
Yes, lad.
This is nail-biting stuff, you know. I feel quite sick.
11-10, game ball. Left box, please.
It's not because of all the switches.
Are we okay? Yep, court service.
Did eat a lot of that birthday
No,
cake.
I mean, I've been
Back
waiting
left.
for this all day.
Yeah, well, you and me both.
Been waiting for it all day.
It's been worth it.
Oh, and some, PJ, and some.
We just saw Shibagi staring across at Ramy Ashour there as he was taking on some extra oxygen. Bent over double. Probably do with 2 court cleaners, really.
Yeah,
I reckon.
There we go, as if by magic.
They heard you.
left box. 11-10, game ball.
Oh, that's a carry.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was. You were on it. You were diving into the TV there, PJ.
Hand
To
out,
stop the
no,
rally.
no.
But yeah, it was a carry.
Good use of height again from Ashour. Both players really are hitting their markers.
Yeah. Court service, please.
How many lines? Sorry.
Quickly.
Can they just say good to us? No?
Can you show them where to clean? Yeah. Thanks. Excuse me. Can I give you mate a hand? Up.
Don't know about
Okay,
the weird
no
music
bother.
that comes on. It's a bit odd. It's a bit too low and it's a bit too weird. It's like being in a laundrette or something. Not that I've ever
Down
been in one.
12-11, game ball.
John Mazzarella's laundrettes in Doncaster. He's got 16 of them. So Mohamed ElShorbagy with game ball in this tie break. Oh. Just got it up.
So, battering each other.
This is unbelievable pressure from Shorbagy. Oh, he's
he's
made the error, but he was pressurising.
He knew it. He knew it.
Pressurising like there was no tomorrow.
Ramy Ashour was stranded.
Hand out 12 all.
Scuttling round behind the back. He had to do a huge amount to get up for that one. Luckily for Ashour, the ball hitting the tin.
Well, they never disappoint, these two. Absolutely brilliant. Joyce is fallen off his chair. Even Barrington got sent the wrong way in the commentary box.
Surprised I even moved. I'm happy that I've got some life.
Video referee decision.
Oh, dear, oh dear.
Shorbagy
This
appeal.
was quality. It's got to be a no-let or a stroke, Joey. I don't see how this could be a let ball. I really don't. Does ElShorbagy take a line to the ball, or is it towards Ashour as this comes around? This is the best angle as this post comes around. Ashour plays the ball.
Stroke to ElShorbagy.
Well, you said it was a no let or a stroke.
Down 13-12. Game ball.
So ElShorbagy, a penalty point, gives him game ball.
It's his third game ball.
Game to ElShorbagy. ElShorbagy leads 1 game to love.
It's a big game for ElShorbagy.
Huge game, yeah. It's got to be between, well, 31 minutes. We had 26 minutes of a very different pace between Paul Cole and Daryl Selby. 31-minute first game, and it's massive. ElShorbagy takes it 14-12. He leads by 1 game to love.